World Star Hit Radio, the industry elite. This is Jelani S. I'm live every Thursday from 6 to 8. I got another special guest in the building. Nehemiah, CEO of Kingdom Promotions. Man, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate being here.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Definitely. I've been following the movement, man. I came to your last event in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, man. It was my first time going to a Kingdom Promotions event.
Good stuff. You seen it? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it was nice, man. Like, actually, the guy that we just interviewed, Jeremy, his event was the first Christian event that I went to outside of church.
Okay.
And then I went to your event last week, and I'm like, wow, because I do events as well. My events are secular events. I do a lot of hip-hop events.
Okay.
But these events, oh, you too?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Good stuff.
That's what's up, man, because a lot of these events have been inspiring. When I went to your event, I saw Joe Solomon. Man, he took the whole night to a whole nother level, man. You had a lot of talent on these shows. I went on your website. I see you got like multiple tours going on at once. I'm going to just let you tell the world what you're doing, man.
We have a lot going on right now, man. We have David and Tamala Mann tour. So Tamala just won the Grammy, won 6 Stellars. She's killing it. The minute that happened, it was like, let's tour. We started doing that David Mann comedy shows, both of them in one. So they got the whole Man's World tour, you know, they got a reality television show, they got all of that, so we're actually taking them on their very first tour. Won multiple Grammys, we're taking them on their very first tour. We got Expressions, that's a live music poetry show, so we kind of fuse 2 different styles into one particular event. Very relevant type stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We just finished, we've done probably about 80 events so far. We're only in the month of April. So it's been a lot going on.
Since January?
Yeah, every major metropolitan city across the country outside of the Northwest, we've been doing events every weekend, nonstop.
Wow. So how long have you been doing promotions?
It's been about 10 years so far.
Okay.
It's been 10 years. Started July 2007. So
How'd you
ever
start?
since then. Well, initially, before starting, I was doing secular promotions. So everything was club driven. Everything was, hey, come on out, man, shout it, let's go. And we just do stuff. And then went through some heart change. But I didn't know how it was going to work. I made my dollars in the club, so trying to do stuff for another group of people, it just didn't work. And I thought being a Christian was the dumbest thing ever, as far as like not only what it portrayed to be publicly, in many respects, but also how boring it was. I don't want to do game nights all the time. Man, don't call me to do game nights. Like that's not what I do. I love nightlife. That's what I love. And so I realized it didn't exist at the time, and so we started doing events. Lecrae and them, because the artist named Lecrae, he called me one day. Long time ago, his management had called me, lady named Tara, and they was like, hey, let's do this, we want to do a tour. And he wasn't even off the ground yet. And so this is then, started doing events with Lecrae, 2007, worked for him full time for about 2.5 years, saw him grow, saw him win the Grammy, all of that stuff. And just started been doing events, man. Just started seeing a need, started doing it just because I myself was bored. And was like, how do you get more people ingratiated in a culture that can be positive? I mean, it ain't got to be all church, Jesus, 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 raise your hand up and worship. Worship in general is just a lifestyle.
That's right.
It is not about coming to church and doing this lifestyle. How do you live? Where's your heart at? All of that. And so we just wanted to do stuff for that reason. Just get people to come out and have fun. That's it.
Wow. And where did you start that? Because you are everywhere. Was it in Atlanta or were you in Florida? Like, where was the beginning?
I was in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Then moved to Atlanta to work full time with Reach Records. And so my family is from here, though, so I'm an Atlanta boy. I'm a Georgia boy, but just moved back here 2012. And so being here, back and forth between Orlando and here, actually live in both cities at the moment just because there's too much going on and can't be in one place because there's so much business. Based out of Orlando, but live here for the most part.
So when you did the club promotions, that was in Orlando?
And yeah, Jacksonville as well.
That is crazy,
Duval County.
man.
I went to college, played ball in Jacksonville, Duval County.
And
got kicked off the team. Had a gun charge and all of that. Just a lot of things was happening. Then went to Orlando and kind of experienced life change.
Wow, God has a way of shaking up our world just to bring us closer to Him.
Absolutely.
And like, you know, I'm in a transition myself because I've been doing promotions for about year 5. You know, I mean...
Oh, you a vet then, bro. You passed year 3, you a vet.
I'm humble beginnings, humble beginnings. I still feel like a sophomore, you know what I'm saying? Like, I learn as I go, you know what I'm saying? My events, you know, I dream to do like tours and those sorts of things, big concerts. I started off as a club promoter. I was like, all right, I need more control because there's too much going on in here, you know what I'm saying? So I started just renting out these clubs, doing my own events with these upcoming artists. And it's been beautiful, you know what I'm saying? We've been able to open up doors for new people. A lot of people are getting on the radio. Some people are getting deals. It's amazing, but...
They'll always remember you, too.
Man. Oh, yeah. They'll never forget. They'll never forget. And, you know, doing that, you know what I'm saying, with my spiritual walk, you know what I'm saying, it collides.
Yo,
you know
it's
what I'm
conflict.
saying?
Absolutely.
It is a conflict because people are like, oh, you know, you on your Instagram, you know what I mean, your Snapchat, you in the church, and then you in the club. This is confusing.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, it's a difference. It's a difference from actually being saved and actually really following. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And actually making him your Lord and Savior.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him do great wonders in my business and allowing me to be able to do it full time.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't until he pointed out, he said, I write my goals down all the time on what I want to do with these events and these type of things. They come to pass.
Step one.
But he said, seek first the righteousness in the kingdom.
Absolutely.
Then these things will be added.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, cool, I'll just post a Bible verse, you know what I'm saying? You know, I tell people about God. You know, what's up, God? All right, that's cool, man. I get the blessings on these events now. Could we get more people out? And he just said, seek the kingdom and the righteousness, and these things will be added. And so many different things will happen. So many different people will come into my life. And it's like, it's time for transition, man.
Indeed.
And to be honest with you, a couple weeks ago, I just felt like giving up, man, just because it was just like, it's too much. Like, the business is doing great, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing so much with ministry, too. I'm a youth minister, you know what I'm saying? I speak to kids every Wednesday. So it's a conflict of interest to a certain extent. And I was like, man, do I just give up and go back to a job and focus on ministry? Like, what do I do? And that same day, my friend, she sent me an Instagram. She was like, check this guy out. This isn't this. You should interview him on the show. And I didn't even know what she was talking about. I'm like, I'll answer this text later. She's like, no, check this guy out. I go on the page. I start scrolling down. I see all these events. I was like, what? They come out to these events for real? Because I thought about doing the events, but I was like, ain't nobody coming. Bruh.
I mean, not to interrupt you by no means, we've seen incredible growth to the point to where our first events was about... first event I ever did. We used to do an event called Expressions, actually. I started out doing that show at UCF in Orlando, and that was about 300 people to show up. Now we're doing events very first event, 300. But now, consistently, what's happening is that we're seeing on every weekend, we're catering to about 3,000, 4,000 people every weekend. Every weekend.
Just that one tour?
Just
tours. All together, collectively, all these tours, because you have multiple tours going on.
Yeah, correct. That's at the minimum. Wow. Traditionally, last year we was averaging about 1,500 people a night. This year we're average. I mean, it's incredible, and we're talking about stuff that you would just be surprised at. But it's all about exposure. I mean, in general, for anybody that's an entrepreneur, is exactly what you said. I think starting out to wrestle with that conflict, the major thing for real is there's a scripture verse called Habakkuk 2:2. Most people don't know nothing about the Old Testament, but it just says, "Write the vision, make it plain, and though it tarry, wait for it, because it'll surely come to pass." Meaning, like, just whatever your goals are, just write it down. Even that conflict that exists in your heart, write it down. Pray on and see what happens, because I had to get pulled away from it because I didn't trust God to be like, hey, you'll provide another platform for me to pursue my goals. That's it. I didn't believe it. And it's like, get out there and step out in faith. Do something one time to see what's going to happen. And literally, we did one event, went from 300 to 1,200, then did a whole Unashamed tour in 2012, and we were seeing 2,000, 2,500 people show up every night. Like, come on, man! Nobody thought that would happen,
right?
But I mean, we doing something, and there's a lack of it. There's a lot of need. There's even other stuff, man. I can talk. Hey, there's great need for you,
right?
And so, man, the harvest is plenty, the laborers are few, and that don't just mean in the church house. That means out here in the field for real.
That's right.
Doing stuff to bring people out, because even not every event got to be churchy. You can do stuff that still empower people. They walk out feeling different than the way they came in, simply for the fact that they're in a non-ratchet environment. What I call it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, so there's a lot, man. I think you should pursue it and go for it, bro. For real, it's out there waiting for you. Ain't nobody waiting. Opportunity is waiting on you. You ain't waiting on it.
Yeah,
it's there.
And that's real, man. That's real, because it was perfect timing. Like, that day it was crazy. And then my friends, they was like, hey, come to this event. Come to this event. I'm like, I'm not going to the Expressions event. I don't even like spoken word. Why am I going to go to the Expressions event? And I went on your IG. And then I went on the Kingdom Promotions IG. I'm like, I'm going to Expressions tonight.
That's what's up.
I'm not really a fan of spoken word. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. The spoken word is good. Joe Solomon hit that stage, bruh.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Took the energy to a whole nother level, man. Absolutely. You have talented artists that are on these tours. So I'm thinking like, yo, he's like a major artist that I never knew of. I go on his IG, he's upcoming. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, how are you finding these artists? And you know, you're doing a great thing. You know what I mean? Taking their careers to another level around the country. How are you finding these artists though?
I mean, now it's worldwide. We just did Poets in the Autumn and Hip Group. We just did London last weekend. South Africa the weekend before that. Just doing stuff all over. Just reality for me is a little different now. When I first started, I went after the people that I had interest in, that I was just getting turned on to. Now I don't. how do I say this in the most humble way? I don't really have to call.
Oh, right.
Now it's like,
right.
hey, Nehemiah, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that. Now I don't have to beat on doors no more and be like, hey, man, come do this, come do that. Now it's kind of, hey, who want to ride? Let's go. I got this going on. You with it? Come with it. If you ain't, bye.
Yeah.
Like, we still be on the road. So Joe was one of them dudes who, he was associated with another tour that we're doing. We're actually over and manage the largest poetry production in the world. And we'll do 1,500 people every single night through the fall. In 26 cities this year, we'll be doing 32. It's called Poets in Autumn. And it's the most riveting show that you'll ever see. I mean, it's riveting. It's a production. And so Joe was attached to some of them artists. We got in contact and started to see what's what. I don't like to do events where people aren't real and relevant. If you're going to get on stage and you're going to act like you're holier than thou, or you don't struggle, then we have nothing to talk about. Everybody that we're associated with approaches the platform by saying, I am just like anybody else, I'm just covered in blood. And I mean, just in general, right now we're wrestling with another event, they're putting on across the country. It's really creative. That's talking about is Jesus the white man's religion, is Christianity the white man's religion, but then it's a full production, more how do I say, Broadway style, and it's crazy. So there's a ton of me. It's not just entertainment, but we talking about plays. We talking about all types of stuff. There's nobody doing it.
That's real. That's real.
Like, Jelani, where you at, bro? We waiting on you. it's there across the country. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff to do, man. And artists just they just reach out. That's it.
I'm seeing it, and like, you doing all of this, maintaining all these tours around the country, running your business in your personal life. What is it like with the relationship? Congratulations, by the way. I went on the IG. I see you recently got engaged.
Yeah, about time. Let's go.
Congratulations, man. Yeah. What is that like, though? Managing all of that in your relationship with your significant other?
That's a good question, man. For the longest, I was horrific with balance. Had no balance, bro. I'd work, and I'm a workaholic because I'm so passionate about what I do. I'm a workaholic. Things were really, really tough. The good thing is that I had to find somebody who was very familiar with being with a workaholic. Her dad is a workaholic. Her mother assists with business, and so she understands. She doesn't pressure me. She understands. The other side of it is that you got to find. For me, it took finding somebody that was able to jump on the bandwagon as opposed to trying to take the wheels off. Like, she was more one that I'm gonna ride with you as opposed to, no, I'm finna dismantle everything you got going on because I want the attention. And so she's been there. She's helped me balance. She's fully invested in what we're doing. Actually finna get her heavily more involved because I need to hire somebody. I was like, instead of paying more money, everything gonna come in the house, so come on board, you do it. So but she's been phenomenal. I'm having to, I had to hire more staff though, to handle some of the events because I can't travel every weekend like I was before. It's caused a lot of conflict, quite honestly, but it's been a beautiful conflict. Like, it's challenged me to balance life. She's challenged me to pursue my passions, but also consistently focus on what I'm passionate about and keep that at the forefront, and not get so segued by and detoured by the conflict of business. Because business, at the end of the day, regardless of what we do, I call it ministry, but it's business.
That's right.
It's business. You can't lose fact. That's what's going to give you the advantage as you push forward in what you're doing, because now you know business. You're coming in business first, and then you're going to incorporate the ministry components. Most people, function in a different way. Actually, the same partner that told you about coming to the event, she challenged me the other day and told me I was running business. Well, she challenged me to say, Nehemiah, make sure you don't run business as a hobby. Don't do it. Don't run business as a hobby where there's checks and balances, where there's profit and loss. At the end of the day, it's ministry, but don't lose fact that you still got to be a good steward over it, and it's about checks and balances, dollars and cents. So, Diana, fiance, she's all about dollars and cents. She ain't gonna let me lose, bro. She gonna let me lose.
That's what's up. It's very important to have a good woman in your corner that's really about you and your dreams and not just other things, man.
Women are elevators, bro. They take you up and take you down.
They take that vision to another level. It's the right woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's the right woman.
You have a vision and she adds into that, man. It's beautiful, man.
Indeed.
And what advice would you give to future power couples? Because y'all are looking like a power couple. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I seen a post on your Instagram was inspiring. You know what I'm saying? You posted something about you had so many things going on, and one day she just popped up and came and helped out, gave you some food and helped out with the event. What kind of advice would you give to power couples to like really balance? Because sometimes you can take that stuff home. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I've been in a situation and you bringing business home. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So like, what advice would you give to future power couples about balancing and just keeping the relationship and the business?
I definitely say be intentional about pulling away. I mean, pulling away from business, pulling away from distractions, be very intentional about it. So when you go out on a date with a girl, like I had to learn to put my phone down. Like, do not have your phone with you while you're sitting here eating dinner. Because the reality is females want that attention. And they're like, I want your eyes on me, not your eyes in the phone trying to figure out what's happening, reading your next email, checking your IG, checking all these, you know, Snap, all of that. And so it's about being intentional about pulling away. And at the end of the day, you'll realize the more you focus on her, the more she'll be down for the vision. And it kind of works hand in hand. And some people kind of think opposite is the more I focus on my vision and the more dollars come in, the more she'll jump on the bandwagon. It's the exact opposite that I've experienced. Right. That the more I focus on catering to her, the more she'll be fully invested in everything that my heart desires. The same way, even biblically, the more you focus like on your relationship with God, the more He'll like give you the desires of your heart.
And that is right.
But it'll align with Him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people make it real difficult. It ain't that difficult, man. Focus on what's intentional, what you need to be intentional about, prioritize, and then follow through with it. And that's it. Execute your priorities. So, in general, man. That's what I would say.
Do y'all have like a cutoff time to where it's like, all right, no business after 9 o'clock. We not talking about business, or we have this day. You know, Saturday is our day, or whatever. Do y'all have like that kind of schedule? Or you just let it go by?
I must not be on the phone past 9 p.m.
Really?
9 p.m.
As a CEO, you cannot be on the phone after 9.
Unless it's major. Unless I'm dealing with somebody on the West Coast, which is 6 o'clock their time, 9 mine. Very intentional about making sure I'm not on the phone extremely late. And what's funny is that biblically, theologically, there's many controversies regarding the Sabbath or whatnot. I really very intentional about taking the Sabbath, actually, which means basically taking a day of rest, no business, no work, chill, don't do nothing, all her, and don't do nothing. Don't answer no email, don't pick up no phone, don't text my team, don't do none of that. Focus on her. And oh man, right when the first 6 months of the relationship, I didn't do it at all. Once I started to realize how much she was desiring attention and not getting it, to where I actually had to be focused on that, and she was like she put it down. And the minute she said that, I had to realize, okay, I gotta focus on her. I've lost many relationships focused on business and not them. Many good women, like incredible. I've been blessed to only date great people, but they all got away just because I wasn't intentional.
Yeah, been there. Yeah. Wish I heard the conversation. Wish I heard the conversation a while ago, but I believe in perfect timing. You know, everything happens for a reason. Those relationships didn't work for a reason, man. And that's what's up, man. That's all inspiring, man. I know we could talk for hours, man, because you got a lot of knowledge to give out to a lot of people, aspiring entrepreneurs, promoters, future husbands, fathers. Man, we definitely got to bring it back sometime soon, man. Like, for those who haven't been to a Kingdom Promotions event, tell them what they need to do to start getting out here, man.
Yeah, kingdompromo.net, Kingdom Tickets. We just started a ticketing company. Now we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Ticketing, got merch, we got a whole bunch of different things. So kingdomtickets.com, that's the way to find what events are going on in your city. Kingdompromo.net, we're actually transitioning that site as well. It's still up, but we're revitalizing that, resuscitating that in essence. Got merch, all that stuff like that. There's a lot going on. We moving 3 different activities in 3 different streams right now.
Crazy.
So
That's crazy.
Kingdomtickets.com.
All right, that's what's up. And on Instagram, where can they find y'all on Instagram?
Kingdom Promo. So at Kingdom Promo.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, thank you once again, Nehemiah, for coming through. I'm coming back to the next Kingdom Promo event, man. It's like I could go out of town and go to a Kingdom Promo event, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. We hope to see you again soon, man.